Hello, this is Demetria Clark, and welcome to the Heart of Herbs Herbal School podcast. And today we're talking about tips for keeping your apothecary organized. Tips for keeping your apothecary organized and neat. I know I've done another episode about this, but this year I'm going to do a few months of just doing a bunch of shorts because I think sometimes people just want to listen to something that's just a few minutes long. They don't want to spend all day listening to something, and so I just wanted to try to do something a little different. So, a well organized apothecary is going to save you time, it prevents waste, and it makes your herbal practice safer. The goal is simple. You want to be able to find what you need in seconds, knowing what's fresh, and to keep everything stored in a way that protects its potency. So organize how you think, not how everyone on Pinterest thinks. Choose a system that matches how you reach for herbs. So if you go in and you're like, think about everything in reference to body systems or actions or the form or the frequency of use, organized by that. That's totally okay. And at heartofherbs.com, we have a more detailed blog post that kind of breaks this down, so you may find that helpful too. Many people do a hybrid of those forms. They like do actions and systems, so you can definitely find something that works for you. And then create zones and keep them visually distinct. Each category gets a home. Dried herbs, tinctures, tea blending zone, topical making zone, bulk storage zone, and reference zone. So in your reference zone, you're going to want your materia medica, your recipes, your labels. In your bulk storage zone, you're going to want your back stock. And that's not mixed with your daily use jars. In your topical zone, you're going to want oils, waxes, salve jars. Tea blending zone, scales, scoops, filters. Tincture zones, bottles and droppers. And dried herb zones is what you store your herbs in. I suggest storing them in jars, but everyone, you do you. Even a small shelf works better when each section has a purpose. Use clear and consistent labeling. This is your safety backbone. Every container at a minimum. So I even shared one of my hacks, which is not like, I'm not the only one who's done this hack, but you can cut the label off of the herb container that you purchase and just tape it right on your jar. So that way you have your common name, your Latin name, plant part, leaf, root, flower, bark, seed, the form, you're going to want to have that on it, and the date that you got it, and the source and the vendor, and the batch number, and the organic status. That's going to also probably be on your label too, so it just makes it really easy, or you can quickly add it. So I like to standardize my jar and bottle choices because just if they can all fit together or stack together, it makes things easier. That's not always easy to do, especially if you're using recycled jars. So you don't have to run out and get all brand new jars. I'm just saying, if you like working with 4-ounce, 8-ounce, or 16-ounce jars, collect those when they come in, or you can purchase them as needed. Use consistent tincture bottle sizes. 1 to 2 ounces are common. Use the same label size and placement across everything. Standardization makes your apothecary look tidy, but it's also really helpful when you're busy. Store herbs correctly to protect potency. Keep the herbs cool, dry, and in a dark space. Avoid storing above a stove, a dishwasher, direct sunlight. Use airtight glass for most herbs, and keep very aromatic herbs extra sealed. Keep powders and resins tightly closed as they can pull moisture from the environment. Rotate stock with simple first in, first out method. This prevents old herbs lingering. Put new herbs behind old herbs. Mark lids with the year, and schedule freshness check quarterly, monthly, to make sure everything you have is fresh. You can track inventory in a simple way, even if you hate spreadsheets. A notebook with a running list, a phone, when to buy things again. I mean, like, there's all kinds of ways to keep things organized. So definitely do that, and utilize the tools that you have at hand. And then keep your daily staples basket. Create a grab and grow area for your most used herbs and supplies, so that way you can just really access them quickly. You can put your top 10 to 20 herbs, measuring tools, tea filters, labels, alcohol, glycerin, and then gloves and sanitizer for clean handling. This can prevent you from digging through everything for the same items every week. Create a formula log and a batch log, even for home use. That's really helpful. If you make blends or tinctures, regularly track formula name, ingredients and ratios, date made, notes on taste, effect, and adjustments that you make to your batch. Make and use kits for specific purposes, even in your own home apothecary. A respiratory kit, first aid kit, sleep kit. That can be really helpful. You can, organize them, put the jars in a basket together or something like that. So it's really easy to access. And in the blog article, we have suggestions on herbs for each of those ones too. Don't store everything together. Separate by risk. Separate external use only herbs and clearly label them, like arnica, essential oils. Keep high caution herbs on a distinct shelf with red labels or some way to delineate them and to make sure that people don't accidentally grab them. Keep essential oils locked away from children and pets and clearly marked. Do a quick apothecary reset routine. So a small routine prevents clutter from becoming chaos. 5 minutes after each session, close jars, wipe surfaces, return scoops. So we vacuum seal our herbs, and we have a jar vacuum sealer. And every month or so, I have my husband go through and just re-vacuum seal everything, even if it hasn't been opened, just because we make sure everything is staying as safe as possible. Weekly, you're going to want to refill staples, empty trash, check moisture packets if used. Monthly, you want to inventory scan or discard anything questionable. You can make a little map and put it on the inside shelf of the cabinet door, a master list of where everything lives, and label shelves with category names. You can do whatever you want to make your space more accessible for you and your family. And then you're going to want to decide on your freshness standards and stick to them. A lot of herbalists get overexcited and over order, and sometimes you get really tempted because you don't want to throw something out to use it even when it's no longer potent. So less is always more. I have done that myself, or just not realizing how big something was once. So once I ordered 3 pounds of red clover, and it came in a box inside of a garbage bag. This was about 20 years ago. So think about things, and maybe a less is more, so you don't make the same mistakes I did. Thank you for listening. I hope this was helpful in helping you keep your apothecary organized, and I hope you have a wonderful day.